Welcome back, race fans, to another Supercross 23 preview, and we're going over the Star Racing Yamaha team. I'm going to start off with the 250 riders, and we're going to start off with Hayden Deegan. So Hayden just recently dominated the Mini O's at the Gatorback National Track, and Daxton Bennick was there with him. Now, I know in 2022, Hayden's pretty young, Daxton's pretty young. I think they're going to hang on to Daxton and let him run the amateur team and head it. Hayden, on the other hand, I think is going to ride in 2023 East Coast. Now, I'm not sure, because when you look here, they're not saying anything about what he's doing. First race, hobbies, none of that stuff's in there. And right now, he's currently under the amateur team. But I think they're going to pull the trigger and bring him out to the East Coast. Let him get some races, some Supercross races under his belt. Now, they may not, and he may go amateur again for another season. But I think based on his outdoor motocross racing and what he did there, and then how he dominated here at Mini O's, that he will ride 250 East Coast Supercross. So that's my opinion. I do think Daxton Bennick, the other amateur rider they don't have on here, I do believe he will stay amateur one more year. He rode well as well, but he just wasn't as dominant as Hayden. Hayden came from like a top 20, top 15 start, worked his way through the pack on like lap 4, lap 5. He was at the top 3. Lap 6, he was in first. Lap 7, 8, 9, 10, he just pulled the lead. He won by like 9 seconds, I think it was. So, Hayden Deegan for me is going to move up and ride 250 East Supercross. Going forward, I think he races all of outdoor pro motocross. That's my personal opinion. Again, they have him under the amateur team. And when reading the news, they don't say anything other than right here. The focus will now shift toward preparing for the 23 season, which will begin with defending the Monster Energy Supercross 250 West and 450 championships. So, this is Star Racing Yamaha. This has nothing to do with direct Hayden Deegan on the 238. But like I said, I'm putting him on the East Coast. Alright, so let's go through the riders. 250 riders going into 2023. They've got Nate Thrasher. Nate has won a couple of the Atlanta rounds, East Coast. I think this year Nate jumps to the West Coast, though. And I say that because they have a lot of young riders. I think Nate goes West Coast and tries to bring Yamaha the title. I also believe we will see Justin Cooper to the West Coast. He's an Anaheim Supercross winner, so he's raced West Coast before. I believe we will have Nate Thrasher West and Justin Cooper West. Following that, I believe we're going to have Levi Kitchen come to the West as well. He's from Washougal, Washington, my home state, Washington. And he got hurt last year, so we weren't able to see much of him in Supercross. He had a lot of speed outdoors, so we'll see what happens there. But like I said, I think he goes West. So we're going to have those three riders West Coast and East Coast. So, yeah, those three West. East Coast, we're going to head off with Jordan Smith. Jordan Smith's been a long time 250cc rider. He was headed for a title when he was on the KTM team back in the day. And then he went down while leading I believe he was leading. Maybe he wasn't leading, now that I think about it. Maybe, I'm pretty sure he was leading, but he went down hard down in Vegas off the ski jump. I think Jordan Smith goes East Coast. Joining Jordan Smith East Coast, I think, will be Stilez Robertson. Stilez had a couple good rounds last year. Actually, he does Daytona pretty well. He gets second at Daytona. Joining Stilez and Jordan Smith, I believe, will be Nick Ramono. Did Nick? Yeah, Nick was not 2019 champion twice. But Nick didn't race Supercross last year, if I'm mistaken. And he did have some pro motocross rounds. So I believe he goes East Coast, gets some more Supercross prep under his belt before they throw him to the wolves, so to speak. So I have Nate Thrasher, Justin Cooper, and Levi Kitchen going west. I got Stilez Robertson, Nick Ramono, and Jordan Smith going east. And I believe Jordan is their title hopeful there because he's a veteran. He's gone through a lot of injuries. He rode pretty decent last year, but got hurt again. So I think they're really going to throw Hayden in there on the East Coast and really throw a lot at the East Coast when it comes time. And I think Hayden has a good chance of not only doing well, but winning races at the Supercross level a lot. So we'll see. Let's move over to the 450 riders. Let's start off with our defending Supercross champion, as well as Pro Motocross champion 2022. Whatever Eli Tomac did last year was unstoppable. This man was fast. He really likes that Yamaha. And I thought the switch last year was going to be so-so for him. I didn't think he'd be as dominant as he was. He was dominant. Winningest active rider. I believe Eli's on a Supercross only contract. I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong because they got the new championship. But I know he wasn't wanting to race outdoors. He's won Pro Motocross championships from 2017 to 2019 and then won last year as well. So he was on a 3-year streak, 17, 18, 19, 2020. You know, I don't know who won 2020. That was COVID year. And then 2021, Dylan won outdoors. We didn't get to see the number 1 plate much this year due to injury. But speaking of Dylan, he's the other 450 rider here at Star Racing Yamaha. He had that number 1 plate for outdoors. But like I said, we didn't get to watch him defend due to injury. Got a lot of highlights for him. Dylan's pretty fast. I'm excited for Supercross this year. We got a lot of heavy hitters back. We got some guys moving up. And it's going to be a good year. I can see both Yamaha riders contending for the title. So, Eli Tomac for sure. Dylan has a great chance as well. Go ahead and comment down below who you think out of these riders has a chance to win a title for the 450 class and the 250 class. As well as, do you think Hayden Deegan jumps up to the 250cc Riders Club over here? Or does he stay on the amateur team for 2023? Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And stay tuned for another team video 2023 preview. Thank you very much.